Good evening, welcome to the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark and Dorothy Namuyomba is on sign language. We're going in for a 30 minutes long bulletin. Do sit tight, let's give you the headlines and then get into it. In our headlines tonight, Pope Francis laid to rest at St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome. The IGG probes Isimba Dam over dangerous structural defects. And Uganda declared Ebola free, safe for tourism and trade. An indigenous pharmaceutical plant promotes traditional medicine and indigenous knowledge. Once again, thank you for joining us. We now give you the news in detail. Over 400,000 dignitaries have witnessed the official send-off of Pope Francis, who died on Easter Monday. The man who cherished the love or the values of love, humility, equity, peace and harmony succumbed to pneumonia and stroke. Uganda's delegation was led by the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, who attended alongside the US President Donald Trump. These are the details.
Delegations of heads of state and foreign dignitaries.
St. Mary Major Basilica, found in Rome, Italy, was the place to be this Saturday.
As well as the Serbian and Romanian and Bulgarian patriarchs.
It was the last day of Pope Francis on earth as thousands of mourners gathered to participate in his final journey. From the east to the west, north to the south, world leaders of repute did not miss the occasion. The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, who had jetted in the Vatican a day before, was one of the mourners. Trump was joined by other world leaders to send off the Pope, including his former successor and recently predecessor, Joe Biden. Others were British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Prince William represented King Charles III, as the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, also attended. Trump held a one-on-one meeting with Ukraine leader Volodymyr Zelensky on the sidelines of the burial ceremony. The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among Annette, represented Uganda at the burial of the Pontiff, who valued life with love, peace and harmony. She was flanked by her deputy, Thomas Taiwa, where she also met Kenya's President, William Ruto.
I am privileged to have been here to join the faithful from the whole world to see the whole Pope, the whole Father, Pope Francis, on his last day on earth. He's going to be with the Lord. And I want to thank everybody, and we should be able to embrace what the Pope used to preach. He used to preach about peace, about love, and humanity, and we are here to join the whole world to celebrate his life.
Pope Francis may have transited to the spiritual world, but the values he cherished still live on.
We send our flowers to all those who are in grief of the loss of the Pope, and also His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Mom, and the entire first family, because they sent their condolences on behalf of our country, Uganda. So we wave to you with flowers, people of Vatican, for us who have not managed to come, and we pray that may the soul of our Holy Father, Pope Francis, rest. His message has been holiness, humility, and selflessness to serve others.
This implies all that identified with him, towing the direction that the Pontiff followed. To Minister Princess Namuganza, leaders need to practice what they preach.
We have people here who have met Pope, as I've even several times, but they are corrupt, they have a lot of hatred, they don't value taxpayers' money, and they behave in an awkward manner. And it seems their meeting of Pope Francis has not even added anything or changed anything in their hearts. I pray that they reflect after the death of Pope Francis. Let them come back and meditate. They have a lot of hatred and they put on rosaries. I say this message of Pope Francis, that the gospel he has been preaching to the world does not rhyme with their actions. So we beg them to reflect, to meditate and repent and change so that Uganda can move on with the rest of the world.
The task that remains at the Vatican is now sourcing for the next Pope, a process the world is watching. Henry Okrut, UBC.
College in San Miguel. He was a professor.
Day Biopharma is a state-of-the-art pharmaceutical facility based in Matuga-Wakiso district. It is committed to producing essential and affordable medicines, including vaccines, antimalarials, antivirals, and a promising new HIV drug formulation. By combining cutting-edge technologies with indigenous knowledge and supported by the government and global partners, the company is driving local production, job creation, and science-led innovation. More details in this report.
Drugs, sickle cell, there's drugs they call biological drugs. 80% of countries around the world cannot afford those drugs. Very expensive drugs. So I wrote a paper on it that won the International Trabalhist Award, telling them that 80% of the people around the world cannot afford these drugs.
Just a few kilometers outside Kampala, along Bombo Road in Kigogwa, Matuga-Wakiso district, stands Day Biopharma, a modern pharmaceutical facility redefining healthcare, not only in Uganda, but across Africa and beyond.
Granulation 1 and granulation 2 have the high shear granulator and a fluid bed equipment, which are used for forming granules and drying off our granules ready for the next stage of manufacturing.
The managing and founding director, Dr. Matthias Magola, describes the plant as more than just a manufacturing hub, but a science-led institution driven by the mission to produce high-quality, affordable medicines for both local and international markets.
We want to be able to supply, first of all, give our people the standard of drugs, same standard as those that are sold in the US, as those that are sold in Europe.
Dr. Magola highlights the company's core philosophy: innovation, empowerment, and the belief that healthcare is a right, not a privilege.
Us setting up this facility is because we want to be able to manufacture drugs that meet the most stringent standards around the world, so that people can get the most modern medicines that they need.
The facility is already operational, having completed multiple production cycles.
The license that allows us full-scale production just came out. That has been the hindrance. Now that we have full license, you're going to see products following. And next month we are thinking we should commission the largest pharmaceutical campus on the Africa. This is the largest pharmaceutical campus on the African continent.
Key milestones include National Drug Authority certification, research collaborations, and the commissioning of a world-class production line that meets stringent international standards.
Inside here, we have the quality assurance team. This is where they sit and they do the in-process checks. As the manufacturing process is ongoing, they don't wait for the whole process to be done before they realize that there is something wrong or something is not correct.
Day Biopharma manufactures a wide range of essential drugs, from antimalarials to antivirals, and is currently testing a promising new HIV formulation and sickle cell treatment drugs. Utilizing advanced biotechnology with all formulations strictly adhering to World Health Organization standards.
Our product Clamady Clamidine as the active component here is doxycycline. Doxycycline is a tetracycline, a group of antibiotics which are effective against gram-negative bacteria. Doxycycline is used in treatment of common diseases like cholera. It also has efficacy on syphilis.
What sets Day Biopharma apart is its fusion of science and tradition, integrating indigenous knowledge and working closely with local herbalists to transform plant-based remedies into scientifically validated treatments.
This kind of facility which we are giving them, and we are very engaged to our people, the indigenous herbalists and what have you. Come, you pay some small money, and we do contract manufacturing for you. We put your product on a standard where you can even export your product.
Ingredients like cassava and maize starch, tree bark, and native roots from the foundation of several formulations. The plant is also developing baby milk from locally sourced dairy.
So we want farmers to register. We have already signed a memorandum of understanding with the Busoga Growers Corporation for them to sensitize farmers to grow cassava, to grow all the things that the factory is going to need. And through that, I have already told you, the impact to society will be so huge because they have ready market.
While Uganda remains its primary market, Day Biopharma is rapidly expanding into East and Central Africa with plans for global reach through ongoing science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and United States Food and Drug Administration certification process.
So here on my right-hand side, there are different types of antibiotics, which they call the penicillins. They are facility 6th floor building. That's the penicillin. We are going to make those classes of drug in that facility. Both OSD and injectable. Whatever first I'm showing you here has the component of capsules, tablets, syrup, and injectable. That's why there are 6 floors on each building to cater for that. Now, the next one here is the cephalosporins. Those are class of antibiotics, We are going to make capsules. We are going to make tablets and injectable as well.
Beyond medicine, the plant is creating jobs and empowering thousands through local supply chains and community initiatives, including education, health, and access to clean water. By purchasing local materials, the plant uplifts the village's economy and image.
3, the people have got jobs. The jobs, all the way from, people come here. Sometimes this campus, we are having 5,000 people.
Dr. Magola acknowledges the support of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the government of Uganda in fast-tracking regulatory processes and infrastructure development. He also credits international partners for boosting the company's research and development capacity. Despite its success, challenges persist, including skepticism, limited access to affordable capital, and shortage of skilled professionals.
Patents published by U.S. States Patent and Trademark Office. It is there, public information. You Google in, and you'll be able to see this. It's there. The other challenge, raising money in a developing country is very difficult, and the kind of money we are talking about.
Dr. Magola calls for targeted tax incentives for local manufacturers and greater investment in science, technology, engineering and mathematics education to develop a scientifically skilled workforce for the future.
The president, I thank the president. For me, I told you, he's a visionary leader. And probably, as a country, we shall cry when he is no longer with us. That's when we shall see which kind of leader we've been having for a very long time. People don't see that. I told you, he's a person who sees where others can't. They realize much later that, hey, he was right. Now, I told you how he guided on a simple, herbal formulation had taken. I don't know how he was able to see this. But look what we have here today. More than 3,000 formulations.
Day Biopharma isn't just producing medicine, but ensuring sustainable health, jobs, hope, and homegrown solutions for Uganda and Africa's future.
World leaders, including U.S. President Donald Trump, have this Saturday attended the funeral of Pope Francis in Vatican City. The pontiff, who died of a stroke at the age of 88 on Easter Monday, has been buried at St. Mary Major Basilica after a funeral service in St. Peter's Square. More details in this report.
Pope Francis, also known as the People's Pope, has been laid to rest at St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome 6 days after his passing. His coffin was sealed during a private ceremony inside the Vatican Basilica, attended by family members and officials. His remains had rested under the care of the chapter of San Pedro before the funeral began at 10 a.m. today. Following his wishes, the funeral was simpler than those of the previous popes, but remained rich in tradition. Cardinals, archbishops and bishops gathered at the Constantine wing, while priests assembled in St. Peter's Square. Prayers were led by Cardinal Giovanni Battisteri, who recalled the pontiff's final public blessing.
Deus, immortalis pastor animarum, respice popolo tuum supplicantem, et presta, ut famulus tuus Papa Franciscus, qui ecclesiae tua in caritate prefuit, fidelis dispensatoris remunerationem, congregie tibi sibi credito misericorditer consequatur. Per Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum, qui te convivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen. World leaders, including Donald Trump, Vladimir Zelensky, and Prince William, joined an estimated 400,000 mourners who lined up the streets of Rome. Pope Francis' coffin was later driven in the Pope Mobile to Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica for burial. The Vatican confirmed his final resting place just outside by the Holy See. Brian Tumwine Byaruhanga, UBC.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
The Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, is wholly owned by the government of Uganda and was established to safeguard and promote Uganda's commercial interests in the petroleum sector. UNOC has two subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company, URHC, which will hold a 40% stake in the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and manage the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, and the National Pipeline Company Limited, NPC, in charge of pipelines, storage, and downstream business ventures. This subsidiary holds 15% interest in the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP. EACOP is a 1,445-kilometer long pipeline that will transport crude oil through 10 districts in Uganda to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. UNOC is also actively engaged in crude oil exploration, development, and production activities, and its participation role includes a 15% stake in the Tilenga, Nwoya, and Bulisa, and Kingfisher development projects, Chikure. UNOC also holds the exploration license for Kasuruban Block in Hoima, Bulisa, and Masindi. UNOC currently owns and manages the Ginger Storage Terminal and will build a 320 million litre capacity terminal in MPG called the Kampala Storage Terminal. At UNOC, we're harnessing the potential of Uganda's petroleum resources, forging a sustainable future and preserving the natural beauty of Uganda. UNOC, your partner in Uganda's oil and gas industry.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work? If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Yeah, Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here. With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your equity personal account for Equi-Life Insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
Hey, Okero. Hey, Kajambo. Mukasa. Where are you going with the family? Eh? Oh no. Hey. We are on our way to the polling station. The Electoral Commission is displaying the National Voters Register. And I need to make sure my name is on it. Oh. And Sophie here wants to confirm her voter details. We are all warming up for elections. Okay. What about these young men? I can see you. These ones are no longer boys. They are now men. Last election, they were too young to vote. But now, they are ready to vote. Mukasa, you have really inspired me. Now let me also go home and pick my wife, so that we can check the details in the register. Okay. See you on the polling station.
The National Voters Register will be displayed at your polling station from 25th April to 15th May 2025. Please do not miss this chance to confirm your polling station and your voter details. Report the dead for removal from the register and those who appear more than once. Every vote matters. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Uganda.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We take you into more news. The Inspector General of Government, Betty Olive Namisango Kamya, has inspected or raised concerns over the poor construction work at the Isimba hydroelectric power plant. A fact-finding mission revealed severe structural defects in the dam's spillway, a critical part of the facility. The defects are reportedly linked to the use of substandard construction materials supplied by the contractor, China International Water and Electric Corporation. Senior government experts have warned that the dam's overall integrity is at significant risk, potentially threatening the project's lifespan. These are the details.
The Inspector General of Government, Betty Olive Namisango Kamya, has raised a red flag over major structural concerns at the Isimba hydroelectric power plant in Kayunga district.
With my naked eye, the initial opinion is that there are some definitely quality issues, quality in construction issues. I can see that, but I will wait for the engineers to give us a report on that, because they will. And but basically, the chalk is being outside, there are cracks in the building, so there are visible quality issues, even to a layperson like myself.
During a high-level fact-finding mission to the plant, senior government officials and engineers uncovered alarming defects in the dam spillway, a critical component that controls water flow and determines the lifespan of the dam.
Biggest concern we have on the scene is the dam safety concern. In August 2022, we did an underwater inspection that revealed massive concrete erosion for the spillway basin.
It is spilling some water, but the longevity. So in terms of operation, we are operational, we are generating power. In terms of longevity, that's why we have a concern, because this thing has started to show defects after 5 years.
According to the June 2022 underway diving contractor report, the damage includes severe washouts of buffer blocks, cavities in the bottom slab, and cracks along the spillway joints, all of which pose a serious threat to the dam's structural integrity.
Since then, the contractor did emergency repairs underwater, but you all know that doing the reworks underwater, it helps, but it's not very effective, because the subsequent inspections we did in September and also December last year by the contractor still indicated that the dam spillway concrete continues to be eroded. There are also cracks in the joint seals, and that poses a very serious problem, that if you have a lot of water leaking in the foundation of the concrete basin, you can have what we call hydraulic jacking. You get the concrete slab being lifted up, and if that happens, then you might get the backward erosion that extends to the dam foundation, and that can result in a dam failure. Now, dam failure would really be catastrophic because of the downstream communities, because of the activities that are happening downstream.
Engineers warn that if these defects are not urgently repaired, the entire dam risks collapse, especially during heavy rains.
The water levels can rise. Now the likelihoods are engineering terms are not put here. But you can wake up one day and this water you see there has tripled. So when you are designing some of these structures, they are meant to be able to save themselves. And one critical aspect is that speed. You see, so where it stands today, if such an occurrence happened, we are not sure it can do that. And then also in terms of longevity, we are not sure if it will live the designed life. That's why we are working tooth and nail to make sure that it is designed back to its intended specifications, so that it can handle even the worst of the scenarios that can happen to it.
The contractor, China International Water and Electric Corporation, is accused of using substandard materials. Despite receiving an extension to address safety concerns, the contractor has allegedly failed to resolve the critical issues.
The challenge we have in Isimba is that the 2-year defects liability period expired. Defects were still not remedied. We added another 2 years. The defects were still not corrected. So that is where the problem is.
If someone is culpable, the information we have will point that person out and they will take responsibility. We'll always make people take responsibility. But for now, the petitions were against the quality of work. The quality of work is mainly the contractor's issue. But maybe the problem will be at the time of supervision. Who slept on the job in supervising?
Though the dam is currently generating the required electricity, authorities emphasize that a timely decision is crucial to prevent disaster. The Inspectorate of Government says the final report will be ready within 3 weeks. Charity Marion Imnat and Robert Waiter for UBC News.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience with me, Wadulo, Arnold, Mark and Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. And from the team behind the scenes, allow us wish you good night and as we wait for the 10 o'clock edition. Up next is the weekly business roundup.